So in addition to being your instructor for the upcoming webinar, I wanted to share with you my personal experience in dealing with pain and wondering whether I was going to be able to run again. And I hope that's important to you because it, to me, demonstrates that I know what it's like and I know what you're going through, and I've coached other people who've experienced the same. And I've coached other women who have struggled in the same way. So about 3 years ago, I was running pretty sporadically, and whenever I would go for a run, I basically just thought, well, I've been running for such a long time, about 30 years, I should be able to just run whenever I wanted to. And at one point, a bunch of my girlfriends were starting to do speed work and wanting to join in. I hadn't seen them in a while. I just started running with them. And at first it went okay, had a little soreness. And then about a few weeks after, I started experiencing some pain in the back of my left leg, which was generally my stronger side. So I just kind of ignored it and figured it was just, some soreness. But then about a week later, it got to the point where I could barely walk. I couldn't run. And then about a week after, I was going on a cross-country trip. And it was a struggle just getting through the airport. About 2 to 3 weeks after, I was finally able to walk without pain. And then it took another 2 months to even just think about getting back to running. So it was a great example of sometimes the issue that you're having isn't always the weak side, but sometimes could be the side that seems like it's the strongest side. And then about 6 months after that, my weaker side, my right side, where I'd always had some movement issues, that knee started to bother me. And that's when I got really worried and wondered, am I going to be able to run again? How badly had I hurt myself? And what I had to realize was I hadn't really done anything wrong. And I had to remember that that side had always had some issues with the way that I had been moving my hip, moving my knee, moving my ankle. I just never really had to fix it because it never hurt. Never ever really had to address an injury that had stopped me from running before. So finally I decided that was it. It wasn't because I was getting older. It wasn't because of running being bad for me. I wanted to fix what was going on with my leg and help me move better overall. And quite honestly, I wanted to run again. It was that important to me. So I put together this upcoming webinar to give you an idea of what some of the better. So I put together this webinar so that I could teach you some of the more helpful tips and strategies that you could start thinking about so that you could overcome your knee pain and have the courage to think about running again. If you're needing that support and some guidance, this is the place for you. There's a numerous amount of dates. Pick the one that works for you. And I look forward to meeting you and teaching you that you, regardless of being over 40, you can still run. And the tips out there aren't always best for women. And what are some of the best things that may help you? I look forward to seeing you on the webinar and getting you back to running and loving it once again.